Hello, everyone. Welcome back into Apter's Alley, right here for some Apter thoughts. Thank you for your thoughts. Great thoughts, pro and con, and I'm open to any kind of comments that you have, as you know, right here on OneWrestling.com. And first of all, I want to welcome a new correspondent, new digital video correspondent. That's what we're going to call them now, not reporters or writers, because he's not a writer, he's a talker. We're talking about Big Ray. If you haven't seen his segments, run over to www.onewrestlingvideo.com and check out his really raw report from this past week. Well, that depends again on when you're watching this. It could have been a few weeks ago, or it might be coming up. Well, that's enough with the time frame stuff. So welcome, Big Ray, to onewrestling.com. We're getting more and more video segments here. You people have requested more of Lady B from NYC. She will be along with more stuff and some more surprises coming up. Many of you have said to me, "Hey, Apter, I see that you got collectibles around." This week, of course, got to look at it's the opposite here. Mil Mascaras, the leopard version, is my co-host back there. Hey, Mil, how you doing? Very good, Bill. Anyway, but some of you have asked me, can I show some of my collectibles? So I got a really cool one here. The night after, actually the morning after Hulk Hogan beat the Iron Sheik for the WWF title, I went up to his hotel room. He was there with his wife, Linda, and he had the belt, and he posed for me there. And he looked at me and said, "I got something special for you." He says, "This is what I wore for the title." It's the headband that he allegedly wore. That's what he told me. For the title match against the Iron Sheik. Got to try it on, of course. What you gonna do, brother? No, it doesn't work, does it? No. Got to get the comb over it back again. But anyway, that's one of the collectibles. Every week I'll try and show you some of the original collectibles I have right here in Apter's Alley. So lots to talk about. Sit back, relax. There's a lot going on. I want to talk about Monday Night Raw, of course, but before we get to that, Kevin Nash has ticked off a lot of people. There was, in case you got the notes here, by the way, on everything, in case you haven't seen it, there was a story on a website called grantland.com. But if you go to onewrestling.com and just scroll down or do a search on Kevin Nash, you'll find the article. At the beginning, when I read it, I thought this is a really very well-written, in-depth piece on Kevin Nash. And then I read on and on. I figured good writing, but a lot of people are going to be kind of insulted by some of the things that he was saying. Now, I want to preface this all, even though I've gotten into it, with right here is my trusty cell phone. About 20 minutes ago, I put in a call to Kevin Nash to ask him if he'd like to retort to some of the things that bothered people in this particular article. And the cell phone is on vibrate. So if during this segment the cell phone vibrates, we will see who it is. If it's Kevin Nash or anybody else I think should be on the air with us here, we'll put them right on. That's the way we do business right here in Apter's Alley. So anyway, he ticked off a bunch of people. Again, there were parts of this story that were really good about his life and how he's now moving into movies, and he was in that Magic Mike movie. I was supposed to be in that movie too, but they wanted me to keep my clothes on, actually. But anyway, he said some things about Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit a while ago. That's covered in there. And then he talked about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. And now Kevin Nash is of the belief, and a lot of people are, and I could share this, that wrestlers should be characters bigger than life. But since in the last few years, wrestlers aren't that big in size anymore. They're really not. They've become smaller, but they're still viable. So he was asked in this article about Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and I quote the article, He said they are not bigger than life. Okay, he says I bet they could both walk through the airport and not be noticed unless they have a gimmick shirt on and the belt. So again, this is Kevin Nash's opinion. So if you'd like to comment, the YouTube box is right under here, or the onewrestling.com comments is open, as you know, too. So Kevin Nash has always been, as I mentioned before, one of the most outspoken people in the universe, not just in pro wrestling. He's a great guy. He's always treated me very well, but you can tell he's got an edge about him that you don't want to mess with. But very outspoken, Kevin Nash. So let's see what happens with that. Dixie Carter, the main lady of TNA Wrestling, tweeted recently, and in case you didn't see this, get this. Proud to be partnering with Twitter and becoming the first wrestling company to stream live on our own Twitter page. That is pretty cool. I'm shocked that WWE didn't get to that first. What are they going? Well, you know, she's saying pro wrestling here, and WWE says that they are sports entertainment. So it's going to be very interesting to see if WWE is going to try and combat that somehow on Twitter. WWE's Twitter trending all the time, all the time. So this should be fun. See, I like this. I like this. They're doing something. WWE does something. So that infighting that makes everything so much better. It really does. Let's see what else I got here. From Mexico, Chris Elner, our correspondent from who gives us all the great lucha reports, sent this along. Pero Aguayo Sr. has been inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame. So, long time coming. That's the legendary Pero Aguayo Sr. Some of you have written in asking me about something that they've heard that I may be involved with, and I'm not free to talk about this whole thing right now, but meetings are ongoing. This is not about the National Wrestling Alliance now, about two boxers, Andrew Galata and Riddick Bowe, heavyweight boxers. And they had these two fights, and there's disqualifications, and these guys dislike each other a lot. Well, someone I know who deals in promotion out in California has gotten promoters in Poland, where Galata is from, to listen to this, and there is a proposal to bring Riddick Bowe and Andrew Galata into Poland to wrestle, and the proposal is in a steel cage match. Now, we did write something about this a while ago, so when it's all set in stone, I'll let you know about it. But they've been talking to me about possibly doing some commentary on that show, and more details as they happen. Okay, let's move on right here. Okay, let's talk the 3-hour Raw. This was Raw 1002. And initially, if you remember a few weeks ago, I said it might be an arduous task watching Raw for 3 hours. Like, but so far, no. I thought that 1002 actually was paced very good, very well as well. So you know what I want to see? Okay, let's jump right to let me look at my notes here, and let's jump right to the segment where Triple H and Brock Lesnar didn't go at it again, but kind of went at it. Shawn Michaels came in the ring because it was supposed to be Shawn Michaels' appreciation night in San Antonio, in his hometown, and we never got to see any Shawn Michaels appreciation. I understand that that happened after the show, and somebody put up a YouTube video, and now it's down in terms of service or something. I don't know, but I'm sure they will show that as an extra, either on their upcoming network when that happens, or on, somewhere on their network there. Somewhere on one of their networks. They got so many networks, so many things going on. But Shawn Michaels got in the ring, of course, and he was all ready to be appreciated. And, of course, Paul Heyman came out, and then Brock Lesnar came out, and then, of course, Triple H came out fuming. And once again, there was no actual contact or anything, but the fight fever for this is growing. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I want to see, okay? I want them to go back to old school thinking here. Here's what I want. If, and I've sent them this suggestion, and I think that AJ Lee, the general manager, should announce this on the next show. Okay? If I was the general manager, this is what I would do. If Brock Lesnar loses, because Shawn Michaels is now going to be in the corner of Triple H, right? So could be something here. But if Brock Lesnar loses, or get this, if Paul Heyman interferes, then again, go back to the old school stuff. Stephanie McMahon gets 5 minutes in the ring with Paul Heyman. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't you love to see Paul Heyman, Stephanie McMahon fighting? That was some dive she took onto him at Raw a few weeks ago. So yeah, I want to see more of that. Okay, let me go back to my notes here. By the way, I do kind of like AJ now. I was not an AJ Lee supporter now, but even the skipping used to bother me, but it's okay now. So CM Punk, as you know, apologized to her, and he said he disrespected her. And of course, we had the Big Show came out, and Daniel Bryan came out, and anyway, this all is getting interesting. Of course, leading up to that triple threat match at SummerSlam that CM Punk doesn't want with Big Show and John Cena. Doesn't want to do this, and but one of the good things about this 3-hour Raw, we saw the return of Rey Mysterio, and did you notice that CM Punk applauded the choice of Rey Mysterio when the fans voted that Rey Mysterio is the guy that CM Punk should wrestle on this particular edition of Raw. Rey's interaction with the fans has always been incredible. I love how he goes over to the fans with the masks on and kind of affectionately butts heads with them. A lot of fans chanting for Punk. Rey Mysterio, by the way, because of all the injuries he's had and all that, he's not as streamlined, as super fast as he was, but he's still good. I still enjoy watching Rey Mysterio Jr. Michael Cole brought out the fact that this match, CM Punk against Rey Mysterio, was Punk's 251st day as champ. Interesting fact. You know what I also like during the match, whenever somebody almost made a fall, and they only get a 2 count. I love how you fans just yell out 2, because I do it here too. Anyway, it was to go to sleep. About 10 minutes took Punk to beat Rey Mysterio. Rey was beaten by CM Punk, but it was a good match. It really was. Wade Barrett promo. Wade Barrett's coming up back from the Abyss. I thought Abyss was with TNA. See, I can say that. I don't have to worry about copyright. So I'm anxious to see what they're going to do with Wade Barrett. Coming in the next few weeks. Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. This big feud now over Del Rio's Ferrari that Sheamus took for a joyride and messed it up. Randy Orton against the Big Show started the second hour, and Randy Orton getting back into action, and he really took quite a beating from Big Show. So looking to see Randy Orton get back in the next few weeks to fighting form again. He looks a little pale and drawn, and we hope that Randy's. Well, we hope that Randy's going to be back to 100%. I just said that very soon, and a tanning bed as well would do good. Randy, I like Randy Orton. He's one of the greatest bad guys, and he's a great wrestler to come down the pike. So at 9:20 Eastern Standard Time, my notes still have no Shawn Michaels for Shawn Appreciation Night. Uh, Primo and Epico against the Primetime Players. That reminded me of when I used to go to the matches when I was a kid. There were these preliminary matches that took place, and even though it was four guys that are not main event guys, you still watch them because they put on a really good wrestling match. And these four guys put on a really good wrestling match. So thumbs up. The return of Sandow, of course. Sandow against Brodus Clay and trying to break Sandow trying to break Brodus Clay's left foot. Referee Charles Robinson, other refs out trying to get him away from there, and the fans boo. They say Sandow says that the dancing contributes, the Brodus Clay's dancing contributes to the delinquency of minors. Well, what about beating somebody up and trying to break their foot? Huh, Mr. Sandow? Does that contribute to the delinquency of minors? I say yes. Kelly, eye candy, Kelly, return, beat Eve Torres. Good to see her back again. Kane against Intercontinental Champion The Miz. Guess it was a non-title match because Kane won and no title switch there. Cena against Daniel Bryan. Great match. Great, really, really good match. Good wrestling match. Both of them getting out of each other's signature holds. Punk came to the ring, as you know, and Cena. Once again, it was all the guys from what's going to be the main event at SummerSlam, with Punk leaving John Cena and Big Show just out cold. Giant fever. That's what it is for SummerSlam. Big Show held up the WWE belt in the air, and well, it's going to be interesting. SummerSlam is shaping up, but once again, I want to see Paul Heyman and Stephanie McMahon go at it. It's about time. That's about all my afterthoughts for this particular midweek. So until next time, this is Bill Apter. Thanks for coming into Apter's Alley. Don't forget to support our new digital video correspondent, Big Ray and Lady B, when she comes back. And don't forget, go to www.onewrestlingvideo.com for all original videos. We will be doing more face-to-face interviews coming up. And no Kevin Nash here. Well, let me try him again. Hang on a minute. Hold on. Nope, went right to voicemail. So I'm not gonna leave a message this time. Okay. By the way, if there's anyone you want to hear us call during these segments, just let me know. We'll try that. Might get a surprise call in here once or twice. For OneWrestling.com and OneWrestlingVideo.com, this is Bill Apter. Thanks for tuning in again. See you at the matches. I will. Yeah, you. Yeah, and you over there too.